I can see why it's so hard to just be open to people. I can see why because I experienced it. But what other choice do you have? What other choice do you have than to be open to the person who's like this and the person who's like this? The person where you go, he's good, and also the person where you go, he's bad. You start to feel like there's something wrong. That's what you need to do. You need to confuse the part of yourself that wants to be certain. I want to bring your attention to something that means a lot to you. And this is not just something small. This is not something that's just for some people and not others. This is for whoever's watching this. Being open to others is scary. If there's something that I know through my time here, is that being open to people is not easy. When you don't know someone, allowing yourself to be there totally as you are is very frightening. In 2015, the end, I started to discover in myself that I was actually afraid. And what was I afraid of? I was afraid of letting people in when they could be unsafe. I was afraid of, if somebody got close to me, I could get hurt. So my whole life up until 2015, I thought in many ways that I was open and everybody else was closed. This was the place I was operating from. I would look at people and be like, why are people just so hard to each other? How come they just can't be nice? How come people can't just be more loving and open like me? I'm someone that's good to others. Why is it that I find people who aren't good to others? And what I didn't know in this whole process is, in my same questioning, I pushed people away. I thought, just like you may have, literally that I was protecting myself from those who are idiots, those who didn't know, those who are ignorant. I thought that I was protecting myself from them, and I was giving myself to those who weren't that, those who were mature, those who were able to be open. Amazing how the ego plays the game, huh? You'll see someone and they'll be talking about remove toxic people out of your life. Get away from negative people. And as they're saying this, you'll be like, yes, that's what I should do. If I want to be successful, if I want to be somebody who has a life that is rewarding, I should move away people who shouldn't be there. I should surround myself by those who should. Those who are positive, those who make a great impact, those who have value, those who are high status or high value. You really, really believe this. Just like I did. To the point where I was like, I won't hang out with anybody if they're negative. I'm not going to do it. I'm not going to hang out with people who are negative. There's no way. I don't like it. It's icky. It feels disgusting to be around them. I'm just going to be around people who have a positive light. And I surrounded myself with this person, and with this group, and with these group of men, and with these type of women. All to protect myself from being hurt, from being too close to somebody and having them hurt me. This is the greatest risk when we're talking about openness. Is closeness is so scary because you can get hurt. What I didn't know in this whole process is that my closeness was a mask of closeness. It wasn't the real thing. I thought that it was the real thing. I thought that when I was surrounding myself with people who were positive, when I was turning away from people who I felt that were like not living their life in the way they needed to and things like this, I'm like, this is the thing to do, because when I do that, I allow myself to be open to who I need to be open to. I thought that that was real closeness, that I'll be closer to someone once I push someone else out. And of course, I started to see that that's not true at all. To be close to someone is to forget about negativity, positivity. To be close to someone is to say yes to all. Now, let me bring you into what I'm saying. To be close to someone simply means to show myself to them, to allow them to impact me. It has nothing to do with positivity and negativity. If I want to be close to someone, if I want someone to impact me, if I want to receive others, if I want to be open to the world, it's just simple openness. That's it. It's allowing those in, and that is non-exclusive. It's not I allow these people and I exclude these people. That's not real openness. People may believe that openness is, I'm like this, there's a toxic person, I push them out, and I just stay like this. No, it's I'm like this, there's a toxic person, that's a judgment, there's a person who represents something I don't want to be around. This is real openness. I allow them in too. It doesn't mean that you have to be around them. That's not what I'm telling you. But I'm saying you don't have an exclusive and inclusive. You don't do that. You don't go yes and no. You don't do that. From the open position, you can then go, I know I don't want to be around this person simply because when I'm around this person, I don't feel nice. They have a lot of control. That's something you can see with your own awareness. Not from the place of reaction, but from your own awareness you can see that. Which means you're being totally open, and from that place you can see, I don't want to be around this person. That's when it's healthy. It's unhealthy when you go, I don't want to be around this person, and it's from reactivity. Because now you're going, I'm protecting myself from this person, and I'm going to move myself elsewhere to someone who I know won't do any harm to me. And that simply means your openness is dictated on if the person is harmful or not, or can be harmful or not. That's what your openness is based on. And we're so scared of the world in many ways. We're so scared of how the world treats us sometimes. We're so afraid because the world is not nice. The world is just as it is. The society is built up in a way where if you were just open like that, you're ignorant, you're crazy. You need to be smarter. These are the judgments that will come to you. One of the things that used to scare me the most, that I hated being open to, were people who I could perceive as violent. people who I perceive to be violent or had the potential to be violent. I found myself continuously closing down to them because I'm like, they are a threat to me. I feel like they are a threat to others and they are a threat to me, and I don't want to deal with that. So I would walk down the street, and when I would see somebody who looked maybe hardcore or something like that, or you had the chance to hurt someone physically, I would close down. I would not want to keep eye contact with him. I would look away. I would, be like this, and I would not want to just open up to him. Because I'm like, he's a bad person. I don't want to open up to him. Somebody would say, well, that's smart. That's you going, that's a bad person, and you know that that person can hurt you. No, it's not. That's me going before I even know him. He's someone that's violent, and I need to shut off to him because he represents something that I don't like. Before I even know him, I'm already putting the judgment upon him. And the judgment itself pushes him away. And the moment I see somebody walking like this, and they're open, I'm like, I can be open to them. I can see why people do this. I can see why you do this. I can see why it's so hard to just be open to people. I can see why because I experienced it. But what other choice do you have, really? What other choice do you have than to be open to the person who's like this and the person who's like this? The person where you go, he's good, and also the person where you go, he's bad. That's scary to be open to because the moment you go, he's good, I'm open, he's bad, I'm open, you then start to feel ignorant. You start to feel like there's something wrong. That's what you need to do. You need to confuse the part of yourself that wants to be certain. It wants to be certain that you won't get hurt. It wants to be certain that once somebody comes into your space, that was a right choice. It wants to be certain. We keep others at a distance, literally, until we know that they're okay. We just keep them there. And we feel justified for this. We're like, when I keep him there, I know that he can't do nothing. Certainty. I know that he can't hurt me. I know it. When I keep her at a distance, even someone you love, I know that they can't hurt me. I'll even close off. I'll even shut myself out until I know. So what does that bring me to? The moment you let go of this person is certain, then it changes. This person is certainly good, this person is certainly bad, it changes. This is the difference now. It's the being open to this and being open to this. This is the difference now. I am uncertain if this person is actually good, but they show me that. I am uncertain if this person is actually bad, but they're showing me that. Move into situations being uncertain. Living courageously, living openly means to be uncertain. It means there's a person there and I'm going to be open to them whether I like it or not. This means when somebody gives me harshness, if somebody gives me bad reactions, or if somebody is coming down on me and I even feel like I don't deserve it, I'm going to stay open, whether I like it or not. There's something bigger than you that's at play here. You have the chance to be open beyond your certainty. Your certainty will always remain a block. Because the moment you become certain, you become closed off. And this is why a student may ask me, so you don't have any beliefs? You don't go by anything? You don't go by any rules? And I go, why go by rules? Why go by beliefs? Why? Why want certainty? And all the way across the board, we want this. We build rules so that certainty is in place. We build rules so that we don't get hurt. If we have to think about lovers, we think about it in the sense of, we're with our lover and we're like, you don't sleep with someone else because that means you will hurt me. So the rule is now there. It's in place. If you break the rule, you now enter into the space that I don't want you to enter into. And now I'm hurt. Now I have to lash out at you because you broke the rule. When you work for someone and they say, for you to stay with me, I want you to just be around, sign this contract that you're going to stay around for a year, that you're going to stay around. You sign the contract, and if you were to leave, they will feel like you are a person who's a betrayal, somebody who's disloyal. Even if you left for the right reason, they still would feel that. They don't know why they would, but they still would feel that because they put the rule in place so that they won't feel negative feelings because you left. Rules are set in place. Beliefs are set in place to protect, hold, and to keep safe. So I say, let go of the rules. Let go of the beliefs. Go into uncertainty. Be open to those who hurt you, disgust you, maybe you look bad, think people you quote unquote don't like. Be open to them. In the same way you're open to people who you would say, I love them, I like them, they're beautiful, whatever it may be. The same way. Not more on each side, but exactly the same. Somebody who talks about this very well is David Data. He definitely talks about this very well. There's a book called Blue Truth that he goes into this very well. It was a book early on that showed me the importance of openness as well, but it was through my own experience where I started to really see. So if you really want to know more about this book will help you. And there's so many other books that I could recommend you, but that one I'm just going to leave you off because it clearly explains what I'm saying, but just in a different way. I thank you for being with me this entire time. There's a girl behind the camera doing, what are you doing? Yeah. Is that just with no hands?
You know the warrior?
Yeah.
The post number 3.
Oh, there's 3.
Yeah.
There's somebody behind the camera doing warrior pose number 3. Yeah, that's the girl I love. So, and allow yourself to be open in a different way than you know right now. I've learned so much through my path and understanding what it means. And I just give you the chance to be more open as I'm becoming more open as well. If you want to know similar things like this or things in relation to you and others and people and lovers, it doesn't matter. I have a Budapest gathering coming up. It's also seminar, but I use the word gathering because it feels closer to me. August 4th. Down below is the tickets and info if you want to know more about it. This is my last gathering of the summer, simply my last one of the European summer. So you won't see me until next year if you live in Europe, so this is the time. If you want to know more about anything else, please go to theessenceofman.com. This is my website, and you'll find out more. Subscribe and share this because this is the way you're going to be able to follow me. And it's more important for you. To be that which you are, than to try to become that which you want. So never try. Simply be. I'll talk to you later this week.